Back on track, maybe? Back on track, back on track. Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second, everybody. Alright, we are back on. I'm going to retest this one. Stream went off, right? So maybe it's the connection, not sure. Give me a second. $240, I'm not sure if it's good enough. Anyways, everybody. Alright, so moving forward, today we are going to talk about mind trap number 3, creating false expectations, right? Everybody type in the chat. Can you see my screen, hear my voice? Anybody? Can you see my screen, hear my voice, everybody? Sound check, sound check. Nobody? And let me type in the chat. Let me type in the chat. I have a 20 seconds delay on the can. Oh, 4K, yes sir, alright. I'm not sure why the stream went off. Anyway, so mind trap number 3, everybody, creating false expectations, psychological concepts to internalize. We need to have or create real expectations. Alright? So as the text goes, in our modern world there are a lot of false expectations. One of the false expectations is that our IQ or our diploma or graduation or our MBA or doctorate degree will help us making money in the financial markets. Unfortunately, in the financial markets, whether there is the stock market, option market, or the forex financial market, these things are not going to help us, everybody. There have been countless examples of doctors, lawyers, movie stars, architects, and other successful professionals entering the area of the financial market because they thought that if they were successful in their area, their job, then they are also going to be successful in the financial markets. There is a reason why the incidence of failure of those who try to become professional traders is not 95, but still 90% worldwide, right? The incidence of failure of those who try to become professional traders is 90% worldwide. Among all the people who will try to live and earn an income from the forex market, only 5 to 10% succeed. And this is the reality. Alright, everybody? This is one of the problems. You know, what's the problem? What's the issue? You know, when I'm telling you, if trading is not going well after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, where is a good place to look? And 4K, what do you think? If your trading is not doing good for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years or more, where is a good place to look or start looking? Hedge fund trader Shola, hedge fund trader Clara, hedge fund trader Ala, hedge fund trader Sink, Julius, and everybody else online. Yarek, if you're here, when trading is not going well after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, where is a good place to start looking? What would you say? There is no right or wrong anyway. Everybody, you need to start to think. Alright? If you accept this idea, or if you reject this idea, my life is not going to change, but your could. How many of you think, Ernesto, look inside? How many of you think, oh, when I'm not doing well after 3 years, 5 years, 5 years is time. And you need to think. Because if in your mind there was a thought, strategy, if there is a thought in your mind that thinks strategy, I would think twice if I would be in your place, I would think twice. Hello boss, hello Ernesto, I'm here busy at work. All good? All good. We're not looking at charts. Charts are not... After 5 years, believe me, after 5 years, 10 years, charts are not relevant anymore. You don't need more of the technical stuff. And this doesn't make sense, does it? Let me say hi, because I have a heart above. 4K, I would start looking at the very basics together with a professional, proven, successful trader and mentor. But what if you've been doing this too for 5 years? 4K. 4K typed a great answer. I would start looking the very basics together with a professional, proven, successful trader and mentor. What if you've been doing this too for 5 years already? Then, where would be a good place to start look at? Or does this make sense, everybody? Why? How? You could spend 5 years with a mentor and a coach, and you'll be not coachable, and and I know what I'm talking about. I was not coachable for 5 years. 20 years ago, one of my mentors, Dr. Van Tarp, has a few good books, you know, and I went to his seminars, and not paying a few $100, but paying thousands of dollars for one weekend. You know, I was not coachable for 5 years. So you can spend years and years and years with a mentor and a trader, but still not making it. So if this would be the case, everybody, where would be you know everything about anything, and you've been with a professional, the professional has the numbers, but you don't. Where there is only one place left to look at. Give me a second, Ernesto, hi. Let us know what is in not being coachable. Well, you don't listen, it's like an example. Make sense? So those are just examples. I cannot say you are this or you are like that or you are not this. Those are just an example, but some see the text. This is one of the issues. And again, this is a class, right? The more successful you are in your profession, everybody, and this is normal, pat yourself on the back, it's totally normal. If you're a successful businessman, if you're a successful doctor, lawyer, movie star, architect, Uber driver, if you are successful at your job, I'm a bank manager, I'm an accountant, you know, I'm a top accountant, then the less coachable you are going to be. Does this make sense? Automatically. And when we talk about that there is a psychological aspect to trading, you know, if you are from 3 months to a year in the markets, you might not believe, you say, oh, this is all BS. Because it's all about strategies and indicators and charts, right? But a few years passes, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you've been through a few courses, you've been through a few mentors, you've read a few books and nothing changes. So a beginner trader is not going to accept automatically. If you are smart, I was not, I was not. If you are smart, you are going to see some logic behind. If you are smart, if you are not, I was not smart, you know. But after a few years, you think, oh my gosh, I've learned all of those strategies, and I've been to those courses, and I've been to those mentors, and you know, all of those guys are making money, but not me. Me not. Alright, everybody? So there is only one place left. It's and we joke around. We found an enemy, and everybody is looking. Where is the enemy? Look at the picture. You are looking. You go in front of the mirror and you are looking at the enemy. Boss, how could I be my enemy? It's called mind traps. It's called mind traps. It's called, what are mind traps, everybody? Mind traps are, not being too difficult and complicated, mind traps are subconscious programs. Alright? 4K, it makes sense at such a critical stage. What could be the problem? It makes perfect sense, alright? So we need to have right the correct expectations. Everybody, when you go to a TikToker or a YouTuber who is showing you the Lambo, what is he or she telling you? You go to a YouTuber or a TikToker and he's showing you those cars. What are they telling you? In how much time do you need? What are they telling you in general? How much time do you need to get those cars and this house? In how much time you are going to get the yacht and the house? What are they telling you? YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. What are they telling you? Talking about time and trading in itself. Are they telling you, learn my trading strategy and become a millionaire next week? Learn my strategy how to make $1,000 per day? Learn my strategy how to make 50 pips every day? Learn this, learn that, take my strategy, come to my course, buy my robot, buy my advisor, buy my signal, and you're going to be rich next week, next month, next year? What are they telling you? Ernesto, trading is easy and you can make money in a few months. Just do this 1, 2, 3 formula and you are done. Shola, 5 years. Who is telling you 5 years, Shola? Everybody, the TikTok groups and WhatsApp groups and YouTubers, you know, and they're driving the Lambos, because you can rent a Lambo, you can rent a yacht if you want and make a video on the yacht. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but still doable, you know. And as Ernesto is saying, you know, they're telling you, number one, that it's easy, and they're telling you that, oh, tomorrow you can have those cars and this, you know, just buy my strategy, just follow my strategy, and tomorrow or in 2 weeks or in this weekend seminar you are going to be rich and powerful and everything. Alright, everybody? All of those are false expectations. They say you've been doing it all wrong, check this out and make it overnight. Exactly. Wrong expectations. If you are 22, it's alright. If you are 32, then you have a problem. What's the problem? You are too naive. You are too naive. Make sense, everybody? Not judging anybody. Chill and relax, it's easy. Sure, 90% of world population loses. Doctors, lawyers, movie star, architects, quantum physics, name it. Accountants, you know, name it. 90% of world population loses, and they tell you, chill, it's easy, relax. False expectations. Now, if you are 22, that's alright. If you are 32 or more years old, you might have a problem. You know, don't be that naive. Start to think. Does this make sense? I know I might sound arrogant to some of you, but I cannot help you otherwise telling you, you know, start to think. This is another one. Trader psychology serious. It's not about the chart. It's about you and how you interpret the chart, psychology and beliefs, and what action you take upon your interpretation of the chart. This is the homework for you to tell me, what does this mean? You really don't, this is not mine, this is Van Tarp, you know, explain to us. You really don't read the chart. You are looking at the chart, but you really don't read the chart. You trade your beliefs about the chart. What you believe is going to happen in the next second, next moment, next day, next week, next month. Right, everybody? So this is the reality. The number one, the numbers don't lie. So we need to create realistic expectations. What would be a realistic expectation, everybody? This one. Do not expect to become consistently profitable in the first year. Focus on the process of learning instead. Learn about how this market works first, then move to become the successful trader you always wanted to be. How many of us listen to this one? I'm looking at two TikTok or two different YouTubers, and one is telling me, oh, do not expect to become consistently profitable the first year. And the other one is telling me, oh, you can have a Lambo tomorrow. Where am I going to go? Shola 2 of said that they are not making it until after 3 years. But I supposed to be able to buy a car within 2 years. Maybe, right? Maybe. And for example, it's not going to be easy, that we are going to make mistakes along the way, that it will take time. When we delusionally start to think that we can study how to trade the markets and how we will get rich within 1 year, we are creating false expectations. I don't trust you, I don't agree with you. Look around. Look around. Find a beginner trader who is rich millionaire Lambo driver in the first year. Look around. Everybody, all the scams, if you want, and all the stories, all the voodoo, hocus pocus, mirages, and when you are looking or asking somebody, show me, or, let's go to whatever, you know, show me, or trading live, show me, or my FX book. And if you're not convinced, show me or open the account. If somebody is telling you unrealistic expectation, ask them, alright, fair enough. I'm going to buy your course. I'm going to buy your book. I'm going to buy your strategy. But show me. Make sense, everybody? Account history, and they must do this in front of you. Don't fall prey to pictures. You know, all history, save as detailed report, save, alright, and there you go. Make sense, everybody? When Fantasyland comes, when Fantasyland comes around. One day, give me a second, when we delusionally start to think that we can study how to trade the markets and how we will get rich within 1 year, we are creating false expectations. Look around you, check out those that are supposedly trading for a living, ask them to show you their real accounts and see how far they have progressed and how long it took them. I understand why 90% of traders gurus fail it because of microwave expectations. Exactly. One day one of my friends asked a brain surgeon how long took him to become a brain surgeon. Answer: 16 years. So the question is, if everybody knows that it takes 16 years to become a brain surgeon, then why do people think it will take a year or less to become a successful trader? Marketing propaganda, selling you things. Alright? Remember, trading is one of the last mind games. There are a few professions that are more challenging than becoming a professional trader. So be careful not to create false expectations. Everybody, did you know that trading is called the ultimate mind game? Not surgeon, not doctor, not lawyer, not movie star. Trading, when they categorized professions, trading is the ultimate mind game. Mind game. Repeat yourself, it's a mind game. So if this is a mind game, where does this leave the strategy, chart, indicators, risk management, trade management? If this is a mind game. What's the time? Alright, we can do another one. Everybody, before we move forward, type in the chat how long have you been trading, and type in the chat your expectations. I want to hear from you. Type in the chat. Type in the chat. I've been trading for XYZ months of years, and I'm expecting in XYZ months of years to do this or that, whatever. What are your expectations, everybody? Shola, 4K, Ernesto, and everybody else online, what are your expectations? There is no right or wrong. And remember, nothing is going to happen if you are not coachable. Does this make sense? If you're not coachable. And then we're going to go on the next one, a big one, making big problems to everybody. There is no right or wrong. Ernesto is saying all technicals and managements are hard rules you must execute automatically, but emotions might not interfere your trading directions making process. Ernesto, answer the question. What are your expectations? Everybody. If you have wrong expectations, everybody, what are wrong expectations causing us? It's called trust. I've been trading for 18 months and let me say hi, Clara. I've been trading for 18 months and I expect to start earning from the skills by now. How are you doing? Doing good? Doing bad? 18 months, maybe not enough. Maybe not enough, everybody. Maybe not enough. If you are a complete beginner, it's going to take you approximately 3 years. If you're a complete beginner, you have no clue about the markets, never been into a market, it's going to take you 3 years on average. If you are coachable, give me a second, everybody. You have 2 more, everybody. Give me a second. There you go. When you start, this is from the Forex course 202, you becoming an independent professional trader who is consistently profitable comes down to 2 basic questions. Question number 1, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? And number 2, how coachable you are. Are you coachable enough to submit yourself to someone who has a proven track record and not fight? Why? Because 90% of world population is not stupid. You are not getting it. Repeat to yourself this sentence every day. You are trying to learn a learnable skill where 90% of world population fails. You are trying to learn a learnable skill when 90% of world population fails. I'm trying to learn a learnable skill where 90% of world population fails. And I'm fighting with this guy who has the numbers. It takes some time to understand. Make sense? Trading is a formula, not a fantasy. But not everyone is coachable enough to submit himself or herself to the formula. Boss, I am coachable, but you are not doing enough in the Forex course 202 because you don't want bad enough. It's too much work. It's a formula. How bad do you want it? We all say we want things, but sometimes wanting is not enough. Are you ready to pay the price? Sometimes the price comes in terms of investing time to study and ponder. Maybe you are not doing enough. Sometimes the price comes in terms of being coachable and listening and lowering your head, being humbled. Sometimes the price comes in terms of dedication and perseverance. How dedicated are you? Are you ready to pay the price? Because it's not what you say that you are going to do, it's what you do. Talking about false expectations and so on and so on and so on. I've been trading for 2 months. I'm expecting to be consistently profitable in 4 years. Wow, great, very good, excellent. I'm not in a rush. I'm working to put things in a place to become a trader. What does 10% do to succeed that the 90% does not? We just read it, right? We just read it. We talk about in the advanced course the difference between the pizza trader and the Lambo trader. And before I forgot, everybody, if you would be so kind and everybody, I'm beta testing this Patreon webpage. Alright, and give me a second, everybody. Creator public, let me see, public. Everybody, if you can become a member, alright, choose your membership. This is in Brazilian real, but it's $1, alright. You can join the trading desk or the weekly plan, alright. This Saturday, Ernesto and Shola and Clara, this Saturday after the class I'm going to do the weekly plan live. If you can join, all right? And in January this goes to $100. Okay, so you can be part of the group for $1 for this next month and a half. All right, everybody? That's the plan. Choose one, not this one, but one of those two. Okay, I'm testing the streams, I'm testing if it works. Alright, everybody, before I forgot. Okay, so go back to class. And we are here. Any questions about false expectations, everybody? Any questions? I mean, this is the easy one, right? Let's go on the next one, the difficult one. The need of having control over things. Psychological concept to internalize. Having control over things, it's an illusion. We really don't have control anything. Yes, I do. See, everybody, you are fighting already. I have control over myself. Oh, really? What if you don't have control over yourself? Let me say hi. Could you share the link to Patreon? Yes, give me a second. I'm going to put in the chat, alright? Put in the chat. Give me a second, give me a second. Give me a second. Where are we? Put in the chat. There you go. Alright, everybody, moving forward. We learned early in life that in order to succeed, we need to have control over external factors in life in general. We usually learn this concept as we grow up, and the truth is we actually do have some degree of control. Alright, so we do have some degree of control, right? We can manipulate things if you want. So when we are young, we are trained to study hard enough so we will have good grades. We also learn while we are young that we can manipulate people even when we were babies to get those things we need and want. When we become adults, we enhance our leadership skills that also give us a certain degree of influence or control over those around us and the factors influencing our life. Everyone likes to feel that they are in control of something. Me too. Thank you for cake. Everybody, do you like the feeling of being in control? Do you like the feeling of, you know what is going to happen in your life tomorrow, right now, the next second? Do you like feeling that, oh, you know where you're going to be at Christmas, you know how the New Year's Eve is going to be? Everybody, do you like the feeling that you know exactly what buttons to push to your significant other to feel him or her angry or pleased or nice or happy? You know exactly what buttons to push to your father and mother to get them angry. Do you feel this? So we feel we have control, right? We can, psychologically as human beings, we feel that, oh, we really have a control over things, right? Don't we agree? Everybody agreed? We feel like we can manipulate the father, the mother, the husband, the wife, the kids, right? The boss, Ernesto. You can feel, oh, I can manipulate, to get a raise. And that's normal, not judging anybody, that's normal. Normally. When we were babies, we cry, like we want milk from the breast of our mothers. Example, stupid example, but still. Children, small children, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they manipulate with cry. Oh, would you just stop crying? Here is the toy. Make sense, everybody? We tend to believe that, alright, we have some degree, right? text. Everyone likes to feel that they are in control of something, because feeling and thinking that we are in control of something gives us a feeling of security and the feeling of being safe. So that's normal. As we said, it's one of our primordial impulses. Feeling and thinking that we are in control of something give us the feeling of security. You feel secure, right? But when it comes to financial markets, however, all of these are merely illusions. Of course, we can influence people, we can influence the meetings, we can influence the relationship, we can influence the outcome to a degree, but to state that we have control over that outcome, that is completely different story. So we can influence to a degree, but say, oh, I know, I can exactly predict what is going to happen. You know? Then this is a different story. Just to clarify, what we are discussing here is the difference between influence and control. When you say that you have control over something or somebody, that means that you are 100% certain about the outcome, about the result. But I am 100. You are speculating, right? You are speculating, but you cannot be 100% certain. All right? Yes, I am. Well, let's bet $1 million. Let's bet $1 million. See how the story changes, everybody? In the case of the markets, we are clearly shown that time and time again that we have no control over any moves in the markets. Furthermore, aspiring traders often lack patience and want to control time, which is even more elusive. Again, the market can and will clearly demonstrate this. The market can do whatever it wants, when it wants, for how long it wants. In the end, we must humbly accept that we do not have any power over the markets. Alright? How is our need to be in control presented in trading, everybody? You are seeing an uptrend, alright? And you buy in here. Give me a second. And you buy in here, alright? And you put the stop loss down in here. The market is going to stop you out, alright? And then you are going to see another uptrend like this, and you are going to buy in here again, because you are revengier and you are right, and you know that this market is going to reverse. So you're going to buy again an uptrend, and you are going to lose again. And then you're going to see another uptrend, you know, and you are going to buy again in here. Give me a second. Counter trend line break, and the market is going to stop you again. Why are not you? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Oh, now the market is going to reverse. I know the market is going to reverse. Oh, this is a pivot point in here. This is a pivot point in here, and this is a past support in here, and this is another pivot point in here. I know the market's going to reverse. See how this goes? What are we, not what are you, we are all the same. What are we doing? Are you objective on, do you objectively see the markets, or are you trying to force the market and you are forcing yourself to be right? What are you doing? What are we doing? Let me say hi. Trying to be right over the market action, chasing the money, exactly. So Are we in an uptrend really? Are we in an uptrend really? Lack of trading checklist and sticking to its principle and the Superman mentality, maybe. That's being stubborn. But you want to be in control, don't you? What about you should risk 0.5%? What about you should risk 0.5%, 0.5, and you risk 10% in one trade? What about that? Why are you doing this? You are forcing to be right. You are trying to influence the market. Subconsciously, when we, not you, when we do this, we are not aware. We are not aware. Does this make sense, everybody? You are once after you blow the account, you see this. After you blow the account, you say, "Oh my gosh, I was buying a downtrend." After you blow the account. But once you are in the 15-minute chart, the 1-hour chart, the 2-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, sometimes even the daily, you are convincing yourself that you have some influence, some meaning, if you want, you know, that you know what you are doing, right? How many of you think, "Oh, I know what I'm doing"? What do you mean? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing on the strategy is not the same thinking, "Oh, I know what I'm doing in the markets." Those two are completely different stories. Boss, can you repeat, please? I know what I'm doing on the strategy is not the same when you say, "Oh, I know what I'm doing in the markets." Alright? Clara says me. Now for the good news. There is one thing to which we have absolute control. That is correct. Ourselves. We have control over how we think, and such our brain gives us the ability to exert complete control over what we do, and with practice control over how we feel and act of those feelings. In trading, this is important because instead of trying to force the market to go in a particular direction, which we all agree it's impossible, professional traders know that the one thing they can do is wait for the market to position itself the way they want. If they don't find an entry level or an entry setup, they wait or find another opportunity. This is where we have control. So what is the difference between a beginner trader and a professional trader? Or a retail trader maybe, right? After 5 years, talking about education. Professional traders, we know that staying out of the market, it's actually doing something. A retail trader or a beginner trader, you know, they're going to enter everywhere and anywhere. Enter there and here and set up, you know. So, mindset. Professional traders, we let the market come to us. Beginner trader, retail trader without education, they are chasing, as Ernesto said, they are chasing the money. Remember, we must have control over ourselves. You cannot control the market, but you can control yourself. And stop deluding ourselves that we have control over things. You cannot control the market. And if we do not have control over ourselves, the game will be lost before we even start. Boss, what are we talking about? The market is not doing this to you. You are doing this to you. This is the main point. You cannot control the markets. You can control yourself. But if you cannot control the market and you cannot control yourself, then it's game over. It's that simple. Boss, what does this mean, control yourself? Wait for the setup and not those one, because those are all wrong. Why? Because you are buying against the downtrend. Wait for the correct setup to come and work on yourself that you must be objective and not fall prey to, even though this is normal, right? Right, everybody? Work on yourself. Alright, our time is up. You know what you are doing, but market might do whatever. Exactly. So before we finish, everybody, never forget and write this down. Talking about control. Everybody, talking about control. Let's write this down. I think we talked about this in the last session, right? But it's going the same way. Talking about control and being right they go together. I can do everything right, and I can still lose. Make sense, everybody? Talking about control over the markets. I can do everything right as an analyst. I can do everything right as a strategist. I can do everything right with risk management, trade management. I can do everything right. I could be, there is no 100, I could be 90% right. We can still lose. Alright, everybody? Just to understand on the deeper level that we have no control over the markets. Alright? This is why in the advanced course you learn, this is why in the Forex course 202, the advanced course, you learn that an edge comes after 100 samples. Right? It's a different mentality, different understanding of the markets. Alright, everybody, our time is up. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade like a boss.